TV, Swanage TV. It's just right for you and for me. Have fun in the sun, go swim in the sea. There's always something special on Swanage TV.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Swanage TV. I'm so sorry we're a little bit late. We had a few technical difficulties. Thank you for joining us. It is Friday. It is the 24th of April 2020, lockdown day 1792. It's 6 o'clock and we're live. Thank you for joining us. My name is Ian and my co-host as always is indeed not Gary. Hello Nico, welcome to the studio.
Hi Ian, I am indeed not Gary. Hi, it's nice to be in the studio. It's massive. It's the size of Sky News and BBC stuck together.
It is enormous. And we are talking mega studio.
I'm impressed by the screen because you can't actually see it. And I know viewers have been saying, oh, you're too close.
There you go. It's all technology.
We have a screen.
Technology. You can't see it, Nico, you see. It's a very good thing. So how are you?
I'm pretty good, Ian. I'm dressed. I'm up. I haven't got a dressing gown on, which I believe many of you at home may well still have your dressing gowns on. Yeah, Ian, you dressed? Good start.
Adult lounge leisure wear, isn't it? That's what it is.
Indeed. So how have you been, Ian? How's your rib from the bike accident?
Yeah, not bad, Nico. Thanks. Yeah, not bad at all. Still a bit painful, but I soldier on, as you know. But I got a bit of bad news, Nico. I'm very upset because it was all going fine. I phoned them up last week and said, look, you know, they come and got me bike on Monday. And they said,
who's that? You know, garage insurance?
Say again?
Who was that? The garage or the insurance?
The insurance people. They came to collect it, to go and take it away to get it assessed and fix it all up. And I spoke to the bloke. He said, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. You know, we can sort it out. I reckon we'll be all right. I got a text yesterday. Sorry, too expensive. It's going to have to be written off, sort of thing. And I'm... it's like the Strongbow advert straight in my chest. So I
with no cider.
really, really happy. So it's quite annoying, really. But you know, it's one of those things. I think you know, you've got to try and do your best. I think that's the main thing. Now, the reason Gary is not here, Nico, is because he's doing what we call a humanitarian aid effort. But the problem that we have, I think, is his humanitarian aid hasn't really worked in with our timeline schedule because we're a bit late coming to the party. I'm trying to get hold of Gary. I don't think we're going to be too successful, which is a shame because the reason Gary can't be with us is because he is doing deliveries to the hospital, to the Swanage Hospital, to do his little humanitarian part to, you know, help the NHS and keep the nurses going with, you know, food and drink and all the rest of it, which is nice. So he's doing that, and it's all courtesy of Rainbow Kebabs. Now doing deliveries, the same as loads of them are, Nico. Loads of them are doing.
And that's great.
Loads. So like
support local, you know,
the whole of Swanage seems to be open. And delivering food.
Well, not the whole. The food places, as many as can cope, are open. And Square and Compass, I hear, delivering fine ale and cider throughout Purbeck.
I heard that.
They're all trying, Ian, aren't they? They're all, as the mayor said, I think last show, when everything finally gets back to normal, remember these local shops. They're going way, way beyond what they would normally do to try and serve you, aren't they, Ian?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and fair plays to them, you know. We've got... Listen, it's a good town, Nico, all right? There's no getting away from it. It's a good town. Right, really, I'll try and get Gary one more time. I don't think he's about, though, sadly. So we'll scrap that. Because, Nico, you've got a lot to do today. So what I'm going to do now, Nico, is we're going to go... Because this is sort of uncharted territory, but you've seen the show, right? You've seen the show.
I have, Ian.
So we're going now to... do the favourite part of our show, Nico, which is 5 hot topics of the week, and you have to sing along. Are you ready?
Yeah,
okay.
I'll try.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'm not sure either. I'm not sure if that comes out or not. I don't know. I do with Gary. He can't sing. He does good Elvis, though.
He can sing. He's our Elvis.
Nico, what is... my lovely, what is the first hot topic of the week?
The first hot topic, Ian, is Sandbanks Ferry withdrew their service completely from Tuesday, just gone.
Yes, they did, didn't they? I mean, what's the deal with that, Nico? I mean, it was going down and down because they refused foot passengers, and what are they going to do?
Well, Mike Keane, who's the managing director, has issued a statement which says it's with great sadness they've had to make the decision to withdraw the ferry service. It says they've been tirelessly exploring avenues over recent weeks to try and secure financial support, which hasn't been forthcoming. So they made the decision to withdraw the service. They've basically said they were prepared to continue operating at a loss to support key workers, but without any further support, they couldn't really do it.
I mean, it's fair enough. It's like we're all in this. I was going to say we're all in the same boat, but I didn't want to do that because we've got a picture of the boat behind us. But
we are in the boat.
We are in the same boat, though. I mean, how is that ever going to recover? And this is my other thing. Right? I don't want to go on about this COVID-19 stuff, but the insurance, right? Business insurance. This is another thing because we are claiming. And most people, whatever we can do, we want to claim from your insurance, right? Because you have loss of business interruptions, all of that stuff, yeah? So we're claiming. And then I thought, well, so is every other single person is doing the same thing, you know?
See, a lot of the people I've spoken to, Ian, locally, a lot of us aren't covered. I'm not covered. A charity I also work for, they found they're covered for a huge range of illnesses, Ebola, all sorts of stuff, but not the coronavirus in any of its previous or current forms.
Being covered for a pandemic?
Well, yeah, but that's what we looked into, and we're not covered at all for any of it. So, kind of a shocker. We can't even claim anything for complete interruption to business. It's So if you've got it, Ian, you're one of the lucky few. I think.
Bit of a nightmare that is, Nico.
Yeah.
We our insurance was all risks. Okay, now when it says all risks, pandemics included in that.
Lucky few. Like I said, Ian. I think most of us know.
It's got to be right. So. We shall see. I mean, okay. Nico, not to worry. What is indeed our second hot topic of the week?
This is a special one, Ian. This is good news. Celebration time. We have a world-renowned author who lives locally in Harmons Cross, Isla Cooper. Many of you may know him.
That's him on the left, Nico.
Luckily, on the left with a turban on. That's it, Ian. That's our Isla. He is Purbeckian, born and bred. But in 1972, on a bicycle, he drifted in a place called Chiru in Shekwati, which is part of Rajasthan in India. And he kind of lives between the two, Ian. And back in the day, he was one of the few people to map that region. Literally, meter rule, and a compass and an Indian assistant who he's remained friends with since. But he went on to write a huge number of books on India.
Nico. He is absolutely world famous.
He properly is. And he's one of ours. Another one of ours. So the story is, it was headlined Wearing His Other Hat. And Isla recently got back from India, end of February. And he was awarded with, I won't even try and pronounce it, a very special literary award for him. Apologies to anyone who speaks Hindi. It's the Pandit Kunji Birari Sharma Memorial Literary Award. Yes, and he was, of course it is, fully Hindu. And it was for his writing and research on Churu and Shekwati. Which is a region of the desert state of Rajasthan. And so he flew back into Gatwick Airport, when it was almost closed down, with this great big gold shiny award. A lovely story. That is
really nice, Nico, to be fair. Have you met him?
I've actually, Isla, if you'd been listening in, I know it's difficult, on our last show, Isla was the one who taught me how to make our now famous medieval wine. So yes, I do know Isla. I did actually go to India with him about 4 or 5 years ago now, one winter. And he's also very well known because he's written Purbeck Revealed, the book on the Square and Compass, and Purbeck Arcadia about Dunshea Manor in Harmons Cross. So very well written, or yeah, a very good author.
Yeah,
Ian.
good man.
Yes.
He's a good man.
Hats off to
I
Isla.
was listening, Nico. It just went out of it because I found out Florence Nightingale is trying to get on board. So, but
Okay.
I'm not sure at what stage Florence Nightingale is at. That's the issue. So it's one of those things. So I tell you what, Nico. What is hot topic number 3, my darling?
3. We have, there was a public consultation on dogs in public spaces, and the council have recognised that people may not have had time to fill the survey out, giving their opinion on whether dogs should be on leads, off leads, with people, not with people. Very complex, really. And they've now extended the date the survey is open until Tuesday, the 12th of May. And you can find that survey on the dorsetcouncil.gov.uk website.
Nico, I'm assuming that just in layman's terms, that's, do you want dogs on a lead on the beach? Do you want them here? Do you want them there? I mean, we are a dog town, Nico. We are a dog town.
A lot of it.
You start putting them restrictions on. Ooh, dodgy territory.
Yeah, I filled it out, Ian, because as I went through it, some of it, I've got a dog, soon to have 2 later on that. But I filled it out, and there were quite a lot of suggestions to not have dogs in places at all. So if you've got a dog, make sure you fill this survey out and have your say.
Very, very interesting, Nico. That's all I can say. Very, very interesting. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you've all seen in the news, right? You've all seen during this crazy, crazy time, you've all seen Major Tom. Is it Major Tom or Colonel Tom?
It's Captain Tom Moore,
is it Captain
Ian, I
Tom
think you're
Moore?
talking about.
Because he is the subject of our 4th hot topic of the week. There he is. Look at him. Tom. What a chap, Nico. What a chap. I mean, tell us, Nico, what did he do exactly? Just tell the people that don't know.
Well, do you know what? We always have a little look, Ian, at people before we report on them. Always good practice. And actually, we found some interesting stuff out about Tom. For those who don't know, he's the chap who's soon to be 100 at the end of this month. And he decided to raise £1,000 for the NHS by walking around his garden 100 times with his Zimmer frame. Crazily enough, last I looked this afternoon, Tom was at £28.5 million pounds. 28.5 million pounds.
Tom.
I know, it's unreal, isn't it? Million. The interesting thing, Ian, I mean, wonderful guy, he's released a single, I believe, which people are trying to get to number 1 this evening, just after we come off air. But the fun thing, Ian, he's another one of ours, which I didn't know. Did you? Well, I had a quick look at his bio on his website, and after a very extensive wartime busy period, let's say, he went off to regiment at Sumatra after the Japanese surrender, and then he returned. Are you ready? To be an instructor at the Armoured Fighting Vehicle School in Bovington. Yes, Bovington. So, Captain Tom Moore, we claim you as a
definitely claim you. Thank you, Tom. That's what we like to see. Fantastic, Tom. I'm really made up with that. Well done, Tom. I can't believe he's one of ours, but then it's fairly obvious, Nico, isn't it? All the best people come
best
from
in the
this
world.
Area.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, Nico, now, what is our hot topic number 5? Our final hot topic number 5.
It's so exciting, Ian. I don't even know if I can say it. It is the Swanage TV Cane of Cash. Yes, singing skills, Ian.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, it's our.
It's good, though, isn't it? Hold on, let's have it again. Cane of Cash. I love it. Well, now let me tell you, right, because it's new to us. It's a new feature, so it's a very, very simple game. Firstly, thanks to Dave Taylor for knocking up that little graphic for us. We greatly appreciate it, Dave. Thank you. Simple general knowledge question. You have to be watching live, obviously. If you watch on playback, it's all going to be over. It won't matter. You have to live no more than 5 minutes away from the Swanage Town Centre. You have to be watching live. Obviously, you're going to have to come on air and be filmed. And we're going to give you cash. We're going to give you free money out with the shopping, get a takeaway, put it to good use, whatever you want to do. On us, Swanage TV, cash for you, free in these troubled times. Just try and put a smile on people's faces. Hopefully it will. We shall go then. So keep watching because the question...
How does it work, Ian? Yeah, how does it work?
Well, hold on. I'm going to tell you, Nico. A question is going to come soon, okay? And then the first person to call with the right answer, qualifying with all of those things, right, 5 minutes away, blah, 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 right answer as well, that helps, and obviously watching live, you've won. Simple as that. You'll call in. I'll give you the go-ahead later in the show very soon. We'll do the question. I've got Rosemary standing by. I've got a team. They're all out the back, Nico. They're all out the back. I've got a fleet of them. It don't look busy in the office. Fleet of them all out the back, waiting to take your calls. And it literally will be first call, first answer, first winner if you go with all that stuff. No mucking about.
And the way it works, I turn up at your door.
You are, Nico. You are going to turn up at the door, not mucking about, and you're going to give him cash
1980s style. Yeah.
Free money.
1980s style cash on the end of a bamboo cane. So social isolation being taken care of with the cane.
Cash to go with my newly acquired 1980s haircut. Okay? Please, dear government. Although I'm not your biggest fan, open the hairdressers. So there you go. So yeah, bit of cash. We hope it works. Wait for the question. It won't be long. But now we're going to say goodbye to our stand-in fabulous lady Nico, and she's going to join us very soon in a more natural environment. Thanks, Nico. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
Take care. Wow, there you go. Right, Nico. She's gone. Goodbye, Nico. Thank you very much for coming. Don't call now. There is no point. There is no point calling now because I haven't given you the question. You won't know the answer. It will be soon. But listen, what I want to do now, just let's have a look around the town, shall we? Let's just see if we've got anything. Let's have a look at the lifeboats. Let's see what it used to be like. So beautiful. Look at that. It's an absolute beautiful. Honestly, that should be full of boats this time of year, shouldn't it? Full of boats and all looking lovely. I mean, we'll have a little quick look at the Haven Hotel, see if that one's working anymore now. We can see the ferry, which isn't working anymore. There you go. That's such a shame. Such a shame. Let's have a look at the Swanage Railway. Look at that beauty. I saw something moving then. I'm sure it was a train. What's happening? They're all going back to work. I don't know. And the prettiest little railway station in the whole of the Isle of Purbeck is Corfe Castle. Fantastic. Looking ever so pretty. Not so sunny today. Not so sunny today, which is just about well because I'm going to do some weather. Let's have a look at the weather and see where we are. It's been glorious, hasn't it? I mean, it's been really, really hot. It's been lovely. I mean, tonight it's going to be lows of 9. We've got tomorrow 14 degrees. Sunday looks scorcho, 15 degrees and sunny. Temperature going up, sunny and cloudy. Wednesday's going to it's going to rain a bit. No good to anybody. Absolutely no good to anybody. Well, very, very soon we are going to cross over live to our intrepid lady. Because what we actually need is a lady. And what we need is a garden. So what are we going to do? We are going to go live to Nico, possibly in her lady garden. We haven't had a complaint about that yet, Nico, about the lady garden, but you know, How's it going, Nico? How are you?
Hi, Ian. I'm fine. I'm here with the boys again. I don't know if viewers can see.
Yeah,
They're behind me.
fantastic. How you doing?
We've discovered they got a liking for ginger nuts. So as you can see, Doogie never gets a look in, bless him, because Dylan pushes him out the way. So we're going to have to throw one. No.
You're absolutely bonkers, Nico.
I turn the camera around. They're huge, Ian. Let me just turn the camera around for you. And then you can see. Let's have a look at the boys. There's Dylan.
Wow, he's a beast.
They are huge, Ian. Come on, Doogie. See, Doogie's the little white one there who's generally not allowed any ginger nuts at all. There we go. So, yeah, these are the boys I look after in my back garden, Ian. Oh, they're going to have a bit of a play now. Oh, up onto the camera.
Oh, they're really excellent, Nico.
Can you see the tongue in there?
I think we can.
Yeah.
He's having a right old lick around there, isn't he? What's going on? Nico, that looks like, like a Ninja Warrior.
Bit of yes. Yeah.
It looks like your garden's
Ninja Warrior in the garden. It is indeed, Ian. Look at the boys. There we go. Now, I'm just going to give Dylan a last ginger nut. Come on, then. There we go. There's one for you. There we are. Right. I'm going to take you, Ian, on a very quick little journey around the corner here to the rest of the lady garden.
Whoa.
I shall walk. I shall walk slowly so the terrible Wi-Fi signal doesn't break up too much. Hopefully everyone can hear me, because I do know that you like making me quiet, Ian, because I've probably
had no
talked too
problems
much.
at the minute. I think we're all okay on sound. The only problem we had is that we started 9 minutes late and we had to do the start again.
Well, nothing's perfect, is it? Now, I'm going to flip the camera around here. You can see in the garden, I've got a rather large pheasant just leaving at the back of the garden.
Go.
Yeah,
He'll be in the wine soon, won't he?
Now, if he doesn't run fast enough. Now, last week, a few viewers, or the week before, asked some questions about the pallet furniture. They seemed to think it was rather posh and probably quite expensive. So we promised to explain the build of the pallet furniture this week. As you can see, beautiful, comfortable. All it's made of, Ian, if I just move the cushions so viewers can see, it basically is 2 pallets on the bottom, 1 screw to the back. You screw 1 to the side and cut the corner out. And then you can put a little shelf in there, possibly for your wine. And the cushions, which I'll put back on for viewers' pleasure.
It's really nice. It's easy to make, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, Ian. Yeah, I mean, all the cushions I managed to get an old bit of foam, and it's 1 single duvet cover. And a couple of pillows, and that has done cut in half 2 of the lovely sort of sofa arrangements. And I can show viewers, you can actually lie full out on your pallet furniture, beautifully, comfortably, and at very little cost, which is always worth noting. Now, the last thing I'm going to show viewers today in my wonderful lady garden is an addition to the wine recipe from the last show. I've been experimenting to see what else you can make wine out of using the same recipe. So swapping the fruit or the flowers out for something else. I've tried, what have you got in your house? So I've tried squash. Now, I did look it up online. If your fruit squash, just squash, if it doesn't have salt in, or E20, 120, then you can probably make wine from it, Ian. So I've got a little nasty tub here.
Squash, wine?
Yeah, I mean, I went for passion fruit, bit posher. As you can see, a little tub of it here, and I just added some sugar and some yeast to see if I could get any bubbles coming, which is what shows you it's starting to ferment and become alcohol. And lo and behold,
are you kidding me? Is that
a few bubbles? No, I don't know if it's going to taste horrendous, Ian, but bubbles have appeared. So I've done a tiny pot just to see if it would work. But bubbles have thus appeared, which means possibly you can make wine from squash. And I've also looked up a load of other stuff and tried it, and you can make quite adequate wine from just grape juice that you buy in cartons, and virtually any other type of fruit juice, as long as it's not citric. So the same recipe, swap it out for natural squash with no salty preservatives.
For a long time, Nico.
And,
we'll be making wine out of old potato
I
pit.
know.
We'll be everything soon.
Well, I'm trying to be ethical, Ian, because I found out you can also make wine from new beech leaves and oak tree leaves when they're very young, but we don't really want 11,000 of us out there ripping all the leaves off the trees in desperation. So, yeah, I was trying to find stuff you might have in your kitchen that you could use instead.
Excellent, Nico. To be fair, I think your winemaking little part of the show is great, but when you say using stuff from your kitchen, I just went to the wine rack.
As long as you don't go to the disinfectant, Ian, that's fine.
Yeah, don't get me started. Right, Nico, listen, thank you very, very much. We will catch up with you soon for the C of C, okay? That's on the down low.
Yay!
For the big cash giveaway.
Nico,
yay. Thanks very much. I will speak to you soon. Thank you, Nico, and your lady garden. Fabulous. Well, there you go. There you go. Wine out of your own fruit juice. I mean, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Now, listen. Do you know what? Do you know what it is? It's King of Cash. It's question time. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Okay, the question is, I will repeat it. It will be done twice. So the 64th pence question that all the Swanage wants to know is, what is the monument on the seafront next to the Molam known as? Okay, what is the monument on the seafront next to the Molam known as? Phone lines are open. Give us a call on 0330 001 2401. If you want to win some cash, free cash, okay? Rosemary telephone operators, fairly strict. Good luck. The lines are open. 0330 001 2401. Good luck, okay? Good luck. Looking forward to the thousands of calls. We have got a whole team of telephone operators. Well, just Rosemary. And she's waiting for your call now. So fantastic. Now, in the meantime, don't forget you can get in touch with us anyway on that number. Generally, 0330 001 2401. Email hello@swanage.tv, and on Facebook. And you can contact us on Twitter. You can contact us on YouTube. We are doing YouTube live streaming and on that platform very, very soon. I know a couple of you have asked, why aren't we doing it? Now, okay, reasons to be cheerful. 1, 2, 3. Let's cut cross live to our very own Wareham reporting correspondent, Mr. Mark Tigger Rigby. Mark, hello, how are you, sir?
Good evening to you, Ian. I'm very well, and yourself?
Yes, I am fine, thank you. Nice to see you, Mark. How have you been?
To see you, nice, yes. Very well, thank you, very well. I've been busy sowing my seed, just to clarify, in the garden. I was managed to source some flower seeds from my wonderful niece, and she sent them via the post because everybody else let me down. So that's been a reason for me to be cheerful.
Excellent, excellent. I've had a reason not to be cheerful, Mark, and then I've sort of turned that into a reason to be cheerful. One of my reasons to be cheerful was, one of my reasons not to be cheerful was clearly my motorcycle, but the reason to be cheerful is I can get another one.
Exactly. What's not to like here?
Wow,
break one, you get another one.
We will see. So, Mark, tell us a bit more about these, about reasons to be cheerful. What made you want to run with that?
Well, obviously, it's a difficult time for lots of people. Everybody, in fact, for thousands of reasons, which all apply to different people. But there is some wonderful community spirit going on, and I just thought it's important to remind ourselves of some of the good things in life, because you watch the news and it's very depressing, perhaps rightfully so. So let's remind ourselves. And I asked a number of our Swanage TV viewers via Facebook, on the Swanage TV Facebook page, and indeed via my own Facebook page. And, well, we've had a huge number of responses.
Yeah, we did. I noticed that.
Would you like to hear any, Ian? There were indeed. I've sifted through the thousands, well, hundreds perhaps, and it may be pertinent just to read a few of them out to cheer us all up.
I think so, Mark. Yeah, why not? Why don't we go for that? Well,
why
Mark?
not?
Let's read a few out. Let's give people a little name check as well if we can.
Well, firstly, we had from Sarah Brooks in Swanage. She says one of the reasons to be cheerful is our incredible Swanage community, who have made 1,000 face masks for our care homes and those supporting the vulnerable in our community, and for Eden for making plastic visors with the Swanage School for frontline staff.
Yeah, bang on, Mark.
Well, now, if that isn't a reason to be cheerful, I don't know what is.
I think that's a noble cause, Mark, isn't it?
Isn't it just? Yes, again, it goes to show, and there is a theme regarding these reasons to be cheerful of community spirit.
Excellent. Mark, read us some more out, my friend.
The next one is from Trina Motti Miles. She says, my reasons to be cheerful, I've all the time in the world to get tech savvy. I've discovered TikTok. I've embarrassed my kids in the process of learning TikTok. She's also cheerful that Liverpool have delayed being crowned champions, and that her husband hasn't had enough of her in lockdown. I did message her back saying, let's not be too premature yet, but hopefully that won't be the case. So good old Trina is quite cheerful on a number of fronts there.
Well, I mean, TikTok, it's a mad craze, Mark, isn't it, this thing? I'm assuming your kids are into it. I've not discovered it just as yet.
I have come across it. I don't pretend to understand it. I'm not sure if I want to understand it. Yeah, but yes, it does seem to be all the rage amongst the youth of today.
Those young'uns, Mark. What else we got, Mark?
Those young'uns. Amanda Mason. She again says, I would like to say thank you to the community for helping her out. She's not allowed out at all, even to exercise, because of her illness. She wants to say a particular thank you to the Well Pharmacy for delivering her medication, and also a special thank you to her husband, John, for looking after her, and she sends her love, and to basically the whole of Swanage. Well, isn't that lovely? Again, the community spirit shines through, does it not?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's... We like we said earlier, I mean, that's the real big thing about Swanage. They've all got on with it. I mean, regardless of anybody's views, anybody's job, anybody doing anything, we've all got on with it, and everybody's trying to help each other out. And I think that's, like you say, it's evident in the reasons to be cheerful. It is a nice reason to be cheerful, the fact that people are helping, and I think that's a good thing for everyone.
I think we all hope that is something that when we come out the other end of this mess, that will continue. You know, a lot of people say, let's get back to normal. Well, I think sometimes the normal that there was, we'd forgotten about the community spirit. So hopefully that will continue.
Yeah, I hope so, Mark. Mark, have you got any more? Give us a few more.
Yeah, I'll give you a few more. Next one is from Julie Whitmore. Unfortunately, Julie is disabled, but she's saying she's loving having her husband at home. And also, it's their first wedding anniversary on the 4th of May. So May the 4th be with you, Julie, and your husband. So that's a good reason to be cheerful.
Reasons to be cheerful. When are they getting married, Mark?
No, it'll be their first wedding anniversary on the 4th of May of this year. So a couple of weeks' time.
Wow.
Which is, in fact, 2 days before my birthday. So if you'd all care to make a note of that.
Sorry, Mark, when was your birthday?
2 days later.
Ooh.
The 6th of May.
And what's that, 22, 23?
Oh, come on, Ian, don't be silly. 27.
Mark, continue. What you got? Come on, these people are good.
Great. Well, the next one we've got is from Ricky Hill, he of the Audio Dukes, who I mentioned a couple of weeks back. But he's picked up on a good point. He says he's loving how people have been so creative because they've more time on their hands. So many great things people are doing with music and art and generally just messing around and having fun with their families. Again, nice. Can't argue with that. I think people have discovered talents they didn't know they had, and are putting them to good use.
Very good, Mark. I think it's very good. I've continued my talent of alcohol consumption, though. I've got really, really good at it during this lockdown.
Well, they do say practice makes perfect, Ian, do they not?
Indeed, they do. Mark, have you got any more for us there?
Yeah, I've got a couple of brief ones. Andrea Carter was Riddell from Swanage. She's brief and to the point. She says, my reason to be cheerful is there's no football.
Oh,
yes. That's a little controversial, I would suggest.
Every man in Purbeck's just gone, oh, they've just winced and said, oh.
Yes. I'm not going to give out her address. I don't think that would be wise under the circumstances.
She'll be lynched.
Indeed she would, yes. Clearly not a fan. The next one I've got is from Anita House. She says, my granddaughter was born during lockdown, and she says those legs need isolating.
What could she be referring to, Mark?
I think rather rudely, I'm pleased that she's a grandmother, that's wonderful, but I think rather rudely, to get people's attention, I put a photograph of my legs on Facebook, and I can't really understand it, but it's brought some disparaging comments, but, you know, I've got broad shoulders as well as broad legs, so I can take it.
Oh, fabulous, Mark. Mark, I notice you're there on our lovely Wareham Key, and I know you've given up your exercise thing to do it, as have Nico and everybody else that work for us. So I appreciate that, but it doesn't look too good there, Mark. Still looks a little bit on the quiet side, doesn't it?
Well, it's Friday night. It's 10 to 7, and normally on a pleasant spring evening like this, you would see that the Key car park would be full. Well, you can see that it's not. What we have got is the obligatory white van, which seems to follow me around everywhere I go. But rather sadly, as I scan around, you'll see hardly a soul in sight. A few ducks and seagulls. But of course, we've got the wonderful granary here.
Beautiful.
Closed. People would be arriving for their evening meals. Similarly with the Key Inn over there. People will be arriving for meals, workers finishing their week's work and going for a drink. We've got the Italian kitchen, again, sadly closed, a thriving business, linked to another couple of businesses in Wareham, the Italian bakery as well, but again, sadly closed. And of course, this is the downside. We've had the reasons to be cheerful, but the downside, of course, is that these businesses aren't making any money. Business rates are high enough as it is. It's a struggle, as we all know, even in the best of times. You can perhaps see in the distance there the boat hire place, run by a lovely family who do lots for the local community, get involved with the carnival. And again, they would probably just be shutting up now for a busy day, hiring out boats to the locals and indeed tourists.
Yeah, it's a shame, Mark. I mean, it's a desolate sight, and it's a real shame. Like you say, it's Friday. It should be, Discover Purbeck Information Centre. Oh, hi. What's Purbeck like? Well, it's closed. So it's
yes, we've got that.
It's one of those things, Mark. It's quite sad. I mean, that's the first time I've seen the Key, though, being able to park there. Do you know what I mean? The only time I've seen parking spaces there, and you can't even go there.
You can drive down to the Key any time of the day, whether it be the weekend at the moment, and you'll be lucky to see one or two cars in there. It's normally empty. And as you rightly say, generally, you go down there on a Friday evening, this time of year, on a pleasant evening, no chance of parking. Not a hope.
Yeah. It's a shame.
One of the mysteries to me, and you can see Purbeck Angling over there, again, a shop that does rather well, being close to the river and so many wonderful places in Purbeck to go fishing, that fishing is not allowed. Fishing always appeared to me to be a fairly solitary affair, but people can't even go fishing. That's the impact it's having.
Yes, I think there's the issue of people's rights and freedoms being sort of eroded during this time as well.
Yeah, I think that is an issue, and it's a fair point.
Probably for another show, though. I think, Mark.
Absolutely. Let's not go there. Well, what we've got here, as you can see, is the Horse and Groom. I am aware they're having a little bit of a refurb while they're forced to close, but they are doing home deliveries of your beer, so that's something. We have the certainly Wareham famous Copper's fish and chip and kebab shop, founded by the Hartwells, I believe, back in the 1980s. They are still open, and they are doing deliveries as well. So that's something to be, again, slightly cheerful for if you're missing your kebabs or your fish and chips.
Oh, that's good, Mark. I did notice there was a hairdresser's there that was closed.
Yes, we've got, well, as the viewers would have seen with my hair earlier on, all the hairdressers, not just in Wareham, but I believe nationally, are closed. But Barnett's a thriving business, doing very well. But again, forced to close. Another reason to be cheerful. You've got your KW Chinese takeaway. That is still open for business. They are abiding by strict rules of social distancing. I can see a sign. I don't think you can see it probably in the distance.
No, that's fine. Mark,
what we have,
what's that building there? I recognise that.
That is the Black Bear Hotel. It's a sort of a famous building in Wareham and probably beyond. It's been there for a number of years. Rather sadly, I say sadly, the good news was it was totally refurbished, which it probably needed. It was looking a bit dated, and recently reopened. With a slight quirk, it's a hotel. They do meals, cakes, etc. And after all the work they put in, having it refurbished, they've now had to close, which is a crying
it's horrible,
shame.
Mark. We had that. We had a company on the Anchor in Swanage. Same thing. They refurbished it and then had to close. You know, because of this. I think they are still doing a little bit of takeaway and stuff, but everyone's just scratching around, Mark. You know, and that high street there is synonymous with every high street in the country, I think, right now. So, but listen.
Well, we're certainly not special in Wareham. No, it's the same everywhere, I'm sure.
Mark, have you got a couple of parting words for us, my friend?
Well, keep your chins up, everybody. It is going to be a long haul, I think, by the looks of it, or if it hasn't already been. There is one last reason to be cheerful. It's on a slightly different take. It was from Susie Hill. I won't read it all out, but she's a pay clerk / accountant, and she just sorted out the furlough scheme. She said, how about a big shout out to all the pay clerks and accountants that are keeping people getting paid? And that's a fair point. I think those are the people that we perhaps overlook with this scheme. So what I would say is keep your chins up, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you all again next week. Look after yourself, Ian.
Fantastic, Mark. We will see you on the next show, my friend. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it.
Fantastic.
Thanks very much indeed.
All the best.
See you soon.
Take care. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Take care now. Bye-bye. Well, there you go. Our Wareham correspondent showing your life in the town where it shouldn't be anything like it is at the moment, you know. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for that. Well, it's been a great week here at Swanage TV as well. A bit of good news. We had lots of calls, lots of messages from the last show, and specifically because of the last show, we were contacted as a direct result of it. Someone was watching Swanage TV, and the last episode, which included the Swanage School, you know, the face masks and the PPE. Well, we are legendary famous in the town because someone contacted us and said, listen, my daughter is a oncology nurse up in King's Hospital, London. And I think, oh yeah. And as a direct result of it, they were asking us if we could get it sorted that they could have any of the masks and some of the PPE that the guys made, which Mark read out for earlier from the Swanage School. So, well, what do you know? I spoke to a lady called Andrea Knapman from the Swanage School, as most of you know, and Eden, obviously you saw these things happening and you saw it on BBC, and they did mention King's Hospital London. Well, that was me, and it was the lady we are about to talk to. I'm hoping we can. Oh, I mean, what happened was we had the call, and the day after, we sent some up, or some were sent up, and hopefully we can speak to the lovely. Hello, is that Marie Claire? Hey, Marie Claire, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Marie Claire. Marie Claire, tell us what you do, Marie.
Well, I'm a neurology doctor who works in one of the London hospitals, but recently redeployed to looking after patients with coronavirus. So yeah, new job description now. But hello?
Yeah, hello, sorry, carry on.
Yep. So I've been looking after patients who have COVID infection on one of the COVID wards. We've had a little bit of an issue with shortage of some of the personal protective equipment.
Right.
Which is which is why I'm on now, huh?
Yeah, we were just saying, Marie Claire, it's fantastic that a local, a small independent little television company can do stuff like this. We had the call, and they sent them out. And what I want to know is, did you get them?
Yes, we did.
Hey!
On your TV program, my parents sent a link to it. That one of the children at the Swanage school had come up with a design for these protective visors, and they printed it off on a 3D printer, and that you've been sending it out to different hospitals in Dorset and the GP practices. And I've been working on the ward, and we've had a shortage, and we're in fact reusing other people's visors to try and see patients.
Yeah, I can't believe when you said that. I mean, reusing other visors, what's that all about?
Well, it's not ideal, and we were trying to disinfect them, but actually the design that Swanage School have come up with is brilliant, because even if you had to reuse it, it's something that is probably really easy to decontaminate, because it's all made out of pieces of plastic, whereas the kind of standard visors have a foam backing, and so probably shouldn't really be reused. But yeah, so they arrived on Wednesday, and I've given them out to other members of the team, and they've been used, and yeah, we're really grateful.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, no, listen, it's our pleasure. I'm really, really pleased that that message has got that far. But, Marie Claire, what is the current situation there?
So we've been I think London, and particularly the area of kind of Lambeth and London, have been quite severely affected with a lot of patients, but the good news is that we're seeing a slowdown in the number of cases, and there's been a decrease in the daily number of cases and also deaths that are being reported. So fingers crossed we've seen the peak of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But I think this is mostly through what the government has said to with the social distancing and the lockdown, and it's obviously started to have an effect. So we're definitely still going to be seeing a lot more cases, but hopefully things are improving.
Yeah.
And the hospitals are able to deal with it. We've got enough ITU beds. People haven't had to be denied a bed or treatment. So it's not as bad as we thought it was going to be.
Oh, I'm really, really, really chuffed.
But yeah.
Listen, Marie Claire, thank you ever so much. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. It's nice to know that a little, like I say, our little town of Swanage can help the big boys up in London
No problem.
when called upon.
To you and also to Swanage School for what a brilliant idea to come up with something like this.
Incredible. Mary Porter, thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Mary Porter Nurse. Thanks, Mary. You take care. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye for now. Well, what about that then? What about that then? We are world famous in London. Now, ladies and gentlemen, stop the press, because we have a winner. We have a winner chicken dinner. Now, I don't know this is going to work. I'm going to try it, okay? First and foremost, I'm going to try and call the winner and say hello before we get into the entire thing. So just bear with me for a moment. It may work, it may not work. We're about to let you know. Let's have a look. So if we go, we have a winner. I can't believe it. Our competition is working. All is good. Everyone's a winner. La-di-da. I'll try one more time. See if we can get this person. I have to dial the number in, you see, because it's live. Oh, who knows? Let's have a look. One. I'm going to call. I'm going to try. It might work, it might not. Do we have a winner? Do we have the potential for a winner? Come on, answer the phone. Oh, come on. Come on, answer the phone. This is your big moment. It's unavailable. Let's see if I actually dialed the right number. No. That's why. Let's try one more time. Let's try one more time. Let's try one more time. And I'm sure this time we will get the correct person. Just to see where we are. We have a winner. Unbelievable. The calls went crazy, by the way. It went mad. It's amazing what free money does. I'm not even sure if that's the right number. Let's try. We're nearly there. Please bear with us, everybody. Please bear with us. We are so close. Hello, caller. Who are we speaking with? Who am I speaking with? Hello.
Hello, Ian. It's Charlie.
Charlie, what's your surname, sir?
Charlie Neal.
Charlie Neal, congratulations. You were the first caller past the post. You have won a cash prize. Just while we're there, though, Charlie, the question was, what is the monument on the seafront next to the Molam known as?
It is known as the King Alfred Monument.
Correct! Hooray! Da, 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 doo! Oh, absolutely well done, well done. Right. Okay. So you're still there, Charlie? Keep talking a bit louder. That's where we want to go. Okay. Can we hear you? Charlie, can you say hello?
Hello.
Yes, we can. You're a little bit low, but that'll do. Charlie, okay, listen, well done. Congratulations. Very, very soon, someone will be knocking at your door. Bear with us for a couple of minutes, and I will come back to you. Thank you. Well done, winner. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you.
Okay. We are nearly ready to go. It's going crazy here. Wow, he's won some money. He's won a cash prize. Before we do that, I've just got a couple of things I need to run through. They are just some shout-outs. I've just got a few shout-outs to go through, if you don't mind. We will get there very shortly. First one is a shout-out to this chap. His name is Lieutenant Colonel Simon Dyson. He's in command of the Royal Gibraltar Regiment based in Gibraltar. Your hometown of Swanage says hello. There he is on manoeuvres. Let's see what he looks like. Let's see what he looks like as well in the flesh. There he is. Look at that. What a handsome man, eh? What a handsome chap. In Gibraltar, they're all watching. Thank you, boys. Well done. We appreciate the sentiment. We appreciate it. Okay, couple of things. The Gazette is now open. The Gazette for May is open. So, as you can see there, it's only online. So the May edition of the Purbeck Gazette is now online. Please click the link, which is www.purbeckgazette.co.uk. And find your way through, navigate through the page. Last month they had visitors that amassed 61,000 to that website, probably because people are staying in, they're not getting out as much, so we want to make sure that number's a lot bigger, and I'm sure it will be. You can view all of the bits online. Make sure you share it and get it out to the people that need to have the notifications. Okay, last one I've got from me here is the Royal British Legion. They have got something. Now, VE Day, we told you that VE Day was cancelled. It's quite upsetting for everybody. However, I have a statement here, I've got to read it out. In 2020, we had hoped to have been able to celebrate the victory in Europe 75 years ago. Wow, that's a long time now. But due to the advent of COVID-19, obviously, these events and all of those sorts of things have to be cancelled. The Royal British Legion, however, in collaboration with others, is now working hard to develop plans to approximately mark this significant World War II anniversary within the constraints of social distancing. It could be beers being passed over the garden fences at this rate. Now, the Royal British Legion will be hosting and broadcasting online channels featuring veterans' testimonies and VE-related activities. Now, they recognise, however, that the majority of VE veterans will most effectively be reached via the TV and radio. To this end, the BBC is leading the way with a 2-hour-long broadcast at 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock, recalling the events of VE Day and giving them an insight into the lives and experiences of the World War II generation from then and today. You know, wow, are we under wartime now? Sounds crazy, doesn't it? I'd also ask the local community's support in the 2 minutes silence, which they're interested in as a remembrance moment. We clap for the nurses and everything. Might be a case of coming outside and doing the minute silence, for this particular event. Standing proud in your front garden, at your front door or your window, show respect for that lost generation would be nice, I think. So at 3 p.m. on Friday, the 8th of May, hope that the community can join us all around the country by marking this important moment. If you'd like to dress your homes, gardens, or have a flagpole with flags, red and white, get it all out there. Let's get patriotic and let's celebrate that Veterans Day, shall we? Victory in Europe, 75 years ago. Wow. Okay, well, let's cross live to our winner chicken dinner. Just before we do, one more time. Yeah, sorry, we're going to love that. We are literally going to end up really, really enjoying that. Okay, Nico, we're crossing live to you. How are you? How have you found the winner?
Hi, Ian. I'm here. I found the door where our winner, Charlie, lives.
Wow, fantastic.
Kind of disguised, so you don't know where he is to a degree. And behind me,
I have absolutely no idea where he is or you are. So I'm assuming somewhere. In Swanage.
Yeah, your guess in a minute is kind of hard to disguise. So behind me is our famous cane of cash. Look at it, Ian. Come on. So I'm going to knock on the door and then I'm going to take myself a safe distance away with my cane of cash. And I'm going to ask Charlie, if he answers, to pick one of the envelopes.
Ooh.
And we shall see what's inside. Right.
Nico, just before you do that, there are 3 different cash amounts in those envelopes.
There are.
We do not know what they are.
I don't know what's in which one, Ian, I have to say. Now, Charlie has answered the door.
Well
Are you,
done,
Charlie?
Charlie, congratulations.
Now, Charlie, on the end of my enormous cane, you will see 3 envelopes. Would you like to help yourself to one of the envelopes?
He's gone.
Oh, he's taken all 3. It's all right, Charlie, you can leave them. I will collect those shortly.
He's gone. What letter have you gone for?
What letter have you got, Charlie? C.
Ooh,
open up letter C, Charlie, and let's see what you've won. Free cash. What have you got, Charlie?
Drum roll, please.
20 quid, Ian! Yes!
Prize!
You can do a dance if you want to. You're going to spend it on?
God.
Food, we think. Good plan. Good plan. Well done. Thank you for playing, sir. And we shall see you, hopefully not again, because we'd like someone else to win, but ring in next show anyway. You never know.
Fantastic.
All right, thanks, Charlie. Excellent. See you later.
Oh, ladies
There
and
you go,
gentlemen,
Ian.
it worked,
That
Nico.
was Charlie. It worked, except it's kind of. He almost ended up with all three, but I have saved them.
Good,
But-
let's
So
save
yeah,
them.
we have our lucky winner there,
He
Charlie.
won the top prize. Good for him.
I know. 20 quid, and he's going to spend it on food. So sensible chap, and it may be that we've helped someone out, Ian.
Let's hope so, Nico. That's what we're here to do. Okay, that's what we're here.
Yeah.
Nico, listen, thank you very much for all your help today. You've been a superstar. I will see you on the next show, and thanks for everything you've done.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Nico. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Cane of cash. Cane of cash, right? You've got to be singing that. Listen, thank you to everybody who's been on the show. Thank you to Mark. Excuse me. Our Wareham correspondent, thank you. Fantastic for our nurse up in King's Hospital in London. Mary Claire, thanks very much. Thanks for everybody that phoned in, and there were loads. You just weren't quick enough. And good luck with that, Charlie. Well done, winner. Nico, thank you very much. Thanks for everything. Thanks for getting in touch with us and making this a show that it is. We will see you on the next show. Thank you very, very much indeed. Goodbye.